Hey guys, okay, so I'm about to get started on my next Disney layout and I'm gonna do something about the ride It's a Small World because we did go on that one. And what I did was I printed out 12 little 2x2 pictures, and what I'm planning to do is kind of put them in the corners here, kind of like this. And I'm gonna have 3 in each corner. And because of that, I want to do my title like right in the middle here, and it's actually going to be the lyrics to some lyrics to the actual song that plays during the ride. So I'm planning to have kind of this whole middle be just that. Now, I wanted to show you what I'm going to be doing here because I need to make sure I plan this out pretty well. So I'm going to be cutting down this piece of paper down here that's going to be my background. And then what I'm going to do for the title is I'm going to make it these lyrics from the song. So I wrote down the part that I wanted to have on here. And what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this little random box of just stickers that are kind of towards the end of their life. So there's not a whole lot left. And I do have some sticker sheets, but like these, for example, like there's not a ton on here. And, you know, things like this, just some stickers that don't have a whole lot left. So I'm going to kind of use them randomly. And so it's going to be almost like, I don't know what the word is, but like, you know how you could cut out different letters from magazines and stuff and do that. So it's going to be kind of like that. And so each letter is going to be different throughout the words. And I'm excited to see how it turns out and use up some of these letter stickers that I've had for a while that I just, you know, it's hard to make one full title out of any of them because I just don't have a ton of letters left. So that's what my plan is going to be. And so I'm going to kind of do a little bit of space planning here first and kind of mark out where my title is going to go on this wax piece of paper. I'm going to kind of like make a square here so I know how everything's going to fit and see what I can get done. So I'm going to put you on very, very fast forward so that you don't it's not going to take forever, because this will take me a little while to do because I'll be going through all these letters and stuff, but I still wanted to show you the whole process, so it'll just be really fast. But yeah, so that's my plan. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. Okay, so I do have you on ×8 right now because, you know, this is going to take me, it took me about 40 minutes to do this completely. Only got interrupted once by my kids, but that's fine. So what I did was I cut down that background paper there, that yellow chevron, and I cut it down by about 1/4 inch and then put it on that yellow cardstock. And now I put down my pictures to basically where they're going to go. They're not in the order that they're going to end up being on my layout right now. I just needed a space plan. So I'm going to go ahead and mark off on my wax paper so there I know exactly where I need to not put letter stickers and stuff. And now I'm going to go through and pull all of these thicker packets out, and I'm going to see about what I'm going to have everything be. All right, so the first thing I did was I had these 2 little packages here of just random letters and they were full obviously when I first had them, but you know, I've used them quite a bit, so there's not that much left. So I'm going to go through and just kind of take out some of the ones that I know are going to be letters in the title that I need, and then I'm going to go ahead and start building everything. So I'm not going to end up using as many of the lyrics as I wanted to. Basically I'm not going to have the chorus in it because it just wasn't going to fit, but what I ended up choosing ended up being perfect, so I'm really happy with it. But basically I am going to be spelling out, it's a world of laughter, a world of tears, it's a world of hope, and a world of fears. And that's all that I was able to fit on it. So I wanted to keep going with the lyrics, but I just can't. And that's okay. And then I found on this sticker packet here the word of in cursive, so I thought that was perfect because I do need that. So it's going to be so incredibly random, and I really just love the way that it ends up turning out. But I'm trying to have a good mix of small and big letters. You know, I don't want them all to be small or all to be big, so I want to have a good variety. here, and I think I achieved that. And I think while I was doing this, I was watching The Voice on my iPad. I'm back to watching The Voice. If you follow me on Facebook, last season I did not watch The Voice because Miley Cyrus was a judge and I cannot stand her as a human being. So I didn't watch it. And that was the first season I haven't watched The Voice. And it's been on for like, oh gosh, is it season 12 right now or something? And last year was the only season I didn't watch because I can't even stand the sound of her voice. So, but now this season, Gwen is back, so I'm watching it again and really enjoying it. So I'm really happy. And yeah, so that's what I was watching when I was making this. So for some of the smaller worlds, can you tell that I'm watching what I'm doing here? Some of the smaller words, like of, I use those little tiny like tile stickers, and I think I do that twice. But and then like the A's, you know, I use those big ones that I have up at the top there, and so I'm just trying to have a good variety. And then for a couple of the words, like the it's for both of them, I use the same letters for all of them, like for the entire world or world. Oh my gosh, I cannot. I keep saying world instead of word. For the entire word, I use the same letter stickers for a couple of them. So again, just a little bit of variety, but I really do like the way that this ended up turning out. And I made, it probably doesn't seem like a pretty good dent, but I did use up, you know, quite a bit here, so I'm really happy with it. And so for the word and here, so it says, you know, it's a world of hope and a world of fear. So I'm going to use an ampersand instead of spelling out the word and. And then I'm going to spell out the world one more time. I think I spelled that word 4 times on here. But each one looks different, so I really like it. And sorry for the background noise, guys. My kids are home right now. It's spring break, and they're not being as quiet as I asked them to be. So I'm sorry. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish this up here. And last word. And for the last word, I really like how I kind of had the first and last letters of it are taller than the rest of it. So it just kind of helps frame it out a little bit. And then, so that's it. And I'm really, really happy with that. So now I'm going to slow down here and I'm going to start putting these pictures down. And this time I'm being more conscious about where my pictures are going to go. Basically, I have some pictures that the characters on the ride are looking in a certain way or looking out a certain way. So I wanted to make sure, like this one, for example, has the kangaroo that's looking in, and I want to make sure that it's looking towards my layout instead of away from it. So I'm being very conscious about that this time as I'm putting them down. So I'm just going to do 3 pictures in each corner here and almost make a little frame. And then I'm going to put this over here and make sure it's all going to fit, and it is. So I'm going to go ahead and start sticking it down. I am going to use my quick dry adhesive here to put down most of these letters. The only ones I really don't need to use that on are like the foam thickers, because those just don't need any extra adhesive. They're going to stay. But everything else pretty much I'm using my quick dry adhesive on. So I am going to do a little bit here. And then for these larger ones that are transparent, I'm going to go ahead and use my Xyron to go ahead and put those down, because you're definitely not going to see the adhesive behind it. So I'm just going to show you a little bit here, and I'm going to kind of skip around a little bit just to kind of show you my progress. So I won't make you watch the whole thing because, again, you know, it's boring. But I really, really do like the way that it ended up turning out. And yeah, so skipped a little bit ahead here again, and then getting all of this down. And I'm kind of having to make sure, you know, I put my wax paper over it again just to make sure I'm on the right track and that everything's going to still line up correctly and all that. So. And then last one there. So that's all done. And now I'm trying to decide what else I want to add to it. I don't need to add a lot. Obviously, I don't really have a whole room to add a lot, but I am going to do some enamel dots. And that's literally all I'm going to do. So I'm going to find some enamel dots from my mind's eye. And I'm just going to do 3 in each of these little corners here of the photos. 4. 4 of the corners here, and then that's gonna be it. I'm gonna come back real quick and talk you through it. All right, guys, so I am done. I really like how this turned out, and I kind of like that I just didn't have to really do any other embellishing besides this title because it's so huge and it makes such a big impact. All I did was just add a couple of enamel dots and that's it. But I'm really happy with the way that this turned out, and I used up a bunch of my, you know, just kind of random letters and made it work. And I thought this title, doing the title this way, was really appropriate just because, you know, it's very random and that, you know, the letters are different, and that's kind of how our world is. It's very, you know, everyone's different and everyone's different colors and sizes and shapes and all that. So I thought that was pretty perfect for this. So I'm really happy with the way that this turned out. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will see you guys again really soon. Have a great day. Bye.